Hello and welcome to what might be the finale of Disco Elysium. We're finally with the smoker on the balcony and we're going to chat.
Gendarmerie, you found me.
The young man on the balcony gives you a bright smile before taking another drag from his cigarette. His slender figure is backlit by city lights, its distant streets and motorways flashing like diamonds. It feels like a Friday. He seems to be in a good mood tonight. You found a key hidden under a stone. Was it yours?
It was mine. My friends use it from time to visit me.
As he looks at you, something sparkles in his eyes.
So tell me, are you here to make things right again?
That's what I'm aiming for, yes.
Beautiful.
He says again, a nearby street lamp casts shadows on his chin, drawing out the slender cheekbones.
I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you, and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting.
By the way, I'm really digging the view here, pointing to the skyline. That's why I chose this place. He looks away, his cigarette end glowing in the darkness. Martinez is special, isn't it? Wait, suddenly you're digging things? Lieutenant whispers to you, shaking his head. Is it Friday tonight? It feels like Friday. Yeah, it does feel like the end of the week. Such gentle weather. Well, I don't want to meet your friend. Trust me, you do. Very well, I'll talk to him, but first I want to talk to you. I have so many questions. That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me. Takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around. It's getting dark, and the neighbouring windows have lit up one by one. Downstairs, a cat crosses the yard, disappearing into the bush. Besides, I've got to run. He's going to leave you alone again. That's sad. Something tells you you're never going to talk to an individual this cool and mysterious ever again. But I just found you again. Just look at it. He gestures towards distant motorways, all leading to Golden La Delta. It's a beautiful night. Who's going to stay in on a night like this? Only if you promise we'll talk again. It's important. Something flutters in the corner of the lieutenant's mouth as you're saying those words. We'll talk, the smoker assures you, brushing his hand through the hair. Just not tonight. Take care, alright? He says with another disarming smile, before slipping off into the night. Oh, he's got a friend in there. And he's gone again. It looks like it's becoming a theme for him. He's leaving. Why is he always leaving, Kim? Who knows, detective? It's a mystery, he says, turning his face away from you. There's something so different about him, I just can't put my finger on. Different, of course. He's such a good listener, I always like talking to him. You like talking to him. Lieutenant squints his eyes, trying to hold back laughter. It made me feel special. It made you feel special. He's barely holding it together. It's all he can do from bursting out in laughter. Come on, detective, let's go. We've got a potential witness to interview. His Sunday friend, remember. He nods at the apartment door before you. Alright, well, I mean, let's go. This is a new witness. Is this Edgar? I'm trying to think who else in the story we haven't heard from. Who the hell is that? A quarterly business magazine? I mean, whatever's under here is mine. Samaran conical hat. Oh my god, is this the third shooter? The exquisite canopy bed made of metal, as in the third mercenary. An empty ashtray. Dishes soaked up in a pot. Also, what did that give us? I completely forgot. Immediately after picking it up. Is logic. Ooh. Okay, not quite as much logic as that. This tawny cone-shaped hat looks like a beacon of the Samaran wisdom. Its straws sticking up like antennas. Thank God you can't really see people's reactions when they see you strolling around this incredibly insensitive headpiece. Okay. Dates for open lectures at a local university. Flyers for underground parties. Dragon. A party dragon silk robe. Drama and electricity. Not electricity, electrochemistry. Expensive men's perfume lingers in the air. This sleazy, silky bathing robe in vibrant blues features a roaring dragon on its front, ready to take off into the night. A red belt has been provided for fastening. It's culturally insensitive, but only for people who are not from Seoul. The real Seoulites probably don't care. Become an addict in a strange bathing robe. Okay. No? But I have to wear these, okay? If only to see what it looks like. And obviously the shirt has to go. There's something brilliant about this look. I just had to see whether there was any dialogue for it, you know? Alright, well, I'll put my shirt back on. I'll even put my silly looking hat on. Right. An old photo of the same apartment, dated year 01. Buckets of paint on a layer of old newspapers. Alright, I'm ready. Let's chat.
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
The man in business casual removes his cufflinks. His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of appearances.
My name is Charles Villedron. I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stability on assignment from Sir Leclerc.
Oh. I have no idea who you are.
I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I'm here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
No, first ask an innocuous personal question to get the interview off on the right foot. Before we go on, I absolutely have to inquire about this wonderful cat. Actually, you know what? I have to ask about the robe. I know there's the hat, but you know, before we get to that, tell me where you got this beautiful silk robe from.
Oh, we got it from an atelier in the East Delta Commerce Center. Personally, I think it's a little culturally insensitive, but the material is great. Sadly, the shop is now out of business. That's really all I can tell you about it.
He forms a little rooftop with his fingers. Cold air sweeps in from the balcony. Lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed. So what's an official like you doing in Martinez? Actually, you know what? Can you tell me about your friend? Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra and his life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands and that's all that matters. What's Kedra? Oh, Kedra is a candidate member of IPIS. But between you and me, their potential membership is a more contentious issue. What do you mean? That it's never going to happen. They entered negotiations in 21. It's been pending ever since. What's this EPIS thing you keep talking about? EPIS is a very special program developed by the Moral Intern to support certain Occidental nations. It began as a unified system of weights and measures, which proved to be a wild success. Nothing but kilograms and centimeters as far as the eye can see. God, yes, sweet standardization, the backbone of rationality and commerce. It was such a wild success that we expanded it into an economic union for the processing of steel, another success. And between you and me, the Moral Intern feels emboldened by the success, emboldened to take EPIS to the next level. What's on the next level? Oh no, but okay, but what does it stand for? Well, it stands for progress and stability like the Moral Intern as a whole. No, what do the letters stand for? It's been such a wild, extraordinary success thus far. We're really excited to take you to the next level. You don't even hear the words I'm saying, do you? A supranational political alliance, the United States of the Occident. Is it going to be like this place here? You mean Revachol? No, it's going to have a transparent democracy. Is Revachol going to be part of EPIS? One day it's going to be a candidate member of EPIS, sure. Except that candidate members never become full members, do they? Didn't you say that candidate members never become real members? No, candidate members do become members. Why do we even have the whole system in place if they don't? It just takes time and evaluation. But we are talking about my friend here, not politics. He chuckles gently. How did you two even become friends? Oh, how did any of us become friends? Bad things happened on the Insulindian Isola. All platforms ablaze in the night. Civil wars lasting for years. Finally, the international community is forced to step in. You're describing how the coalition occupied Revachol. One of the wonders of democracy is that everyone is allowed to have his own opinion. The man pats his pockets looking for something. And nodded aloud, encouraged even. Have you ever tried debate? There's a joke here, and you know what it is. Come on, it's so juvenile. Besides, there's no way this man is going to get it. That's why it's good. Yeah, I'm what they call a master debater. Brushing the dirt off my invisible... the invisible dirt off my shoulders, not the dirt off my invisible shoulders. That would be just a little bit weird. Oh, how wonderful. I've heard it's oodles of fun. Not that I've had time to take up new hobbies myself. See, he didn't get it. Good job, joke maester. Lieutenant lets out a long nasal sigh. Good that Kim got it. It was really for Kim all along. You still haven't told me who he is. Sorry, who? The man throws a quick glance at his watch. Your friend, the smoker on the balcony, we were just talking about him? But I just told you, officer, he's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Education is the foundation of our future, especially the arts. It is a cornerstone of our civilization. Fine, but what is his real name? Officer, you have to understand, I can't give you his personal information. I'm sure you have your own methods and databases, right? Please don't put me in that situation. So all you can tell me about him is that he's here to study the arts. He's deeply enmeshed in the study of fine arts, yes. Which arts? He's truly a free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking, who knows. The world is open wide for a talented youth like him. What are you doing in his apartment by yourself? I'm just enjoying the view. The man smiles, nodding to the window. What view? It's dark outside. Listen, he says, raising his hand. A baby is crying in the neighbouring apartment. Someone's baby is crying. No, listen, he says again, looking outside. The Insulindian Bay. What about it? These places used to be a luxury accommodation before the revolution. Apartments, of course, were much bigger then. A few walls have been added here and there, leaving some of the tenants without a private bathroom or kitchen. But the million real view stays. You can't take that away. He knocks on the balcony door, his face mirrored in the darkened glass. I was asking about your friend. My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's a busy bee. A busy bee? What an odd choice of words. I had something else in mind. I'm all ears, officer. So what's an official like you doing in Martinez? Oh, the coalition is only looking out for the price stability. He raises an index finger. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight. Yeah, but what are you doing here in this apartment? Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This of course happened when the coalition forces landed here. He smiles. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here. What is this international community? La Communauté Internationale is what the Revacholians colloquially call the coalition. In other words, the nations that stopped the disasters of the revolution. So you're some kind of bureaucrat? Yes, as I said before, I'm a commissaire for the sur la clef working for the Institute of Price Stability. He glances at his watch. This is one of the main projects of the Merlin turn. Wait, there isn't actually an Institute of Price Stability, is there? Maybe there is. God, it's impossible to understand whether someone from the Merlin turn is joking or not. What is the price stability? It is the most important thing. Doesn't tell me anything. It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability is essential to maintaining high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment, which is essential for maintaining the social stability. I love that the way it's written completely works with my rubbish French accent. It's great. Basically, also I just realized it's the same accent I'm doing for Kim, which makes this bit entirely difficult. And basically, it makes sure the price of bread doesn't change. Precisement. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce. That is why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%. 2% of what? Oh, but not too far below, no. 2 below is also bad below, but close to 2%. You're not answering my questions at all. The coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stability. Transparency is one of our principles. Would you like an informational pamphlet? Okay, sure, give me a leaflet. A sound monetary policy is essential for addressing uncertainty. Stability is the raison d'etre of the moral in turn. It's the reason why I identify as a moralist. He pats his pockets. But oh, I don't have any leaflets on me today. That's too bad. You can always call our information line. Making information available is part of the moral intern's commitment to transparency. I've heard about this moral intern before, but I would like to know more. It's the International Organization for Moralists, hence Moralist International, where the Institute of Price Stability is one of its many mind babies, as is the coalition. Oh, Kim, so we're actually working for the moral intern. That doesn't seem so bad. Oh, there are more nefarious powers to work for than the moral intern. Tomas, are you a moralist? But of course. Am I a moralist? Well, do you value freedom? Do you believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values? Lieutenant, are you a moralist? Me? You managed to catch Lieutenant off guard, but only for a moment. He quickly recomposes himself. I'm a lieutenant of the RCM, dedicated to maintaining law and order in Revachol. A very moralist answer. The man nods. Lieutenant is practiced in the art of putting on a show for one's superiors, so not a moralist. What is a normal, stable world? The Occident is part of a normal world. Orange, Solet left. Martinez doesn't seem very normal or stable to me. Martinez is something else. But the rest of Revachol, is it part of the normal world? Revachol is generally difficult. It's led by an interim government, which means it hasn't yet achieved full democracy. But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking. He gives you an approving nod. Well, I don't know. It's like, I love the last one though. It's like every time I'm talking to people, I'm choosing option D, none of the above. Is that moralism? Is this option D usually the most reasonable answer? It's usually the most boring one. Not boring, my friend, responsible. Moralism is all about compromise and achieving the achievable. It's pragmatic, realistic, and level-headed, an ideology for doers. Are you a doer, my friend? It looks to me like you are. Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? Tell me about Sur Le Cleft. What's there to say? Sur Le Cleft is a modern, urbanized country that measures very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index. Mostly, though, it's known as the executive heart of EPAS. Moreover, it is a great sponsor of the less emerged countries. Revachol is only one of its many darlings whose progress it supports and cherishes. Darlings? That can't be an official designation. What makes Revachol so the Cleft's darling? Because a great percentage of Revachol's culture hails from Sur Le Cleft, its language, its people, its cuisine even, or at least in the downtown La Delta area. Jamrock and other parts of the international zone have been mercifully spared of Sur Le Cleft's love for meatballs and mashed potatoes. Tell me about Orange. Orange is an exemplary nation who, as a core member of EPAS, contributes 28% of our annual budget. Next to Sorlet left, Orange is probably the most prominent member of the international community. Which one of them is more Epis? As founding members, they're both very Epis. Orange carries a lot of political weight, while Sorlet left takes care of the business side of things. Sorlet left hosts the headquarters of the major Epis institutions. Okay, but outside of Epis, what is Orange? Orange's economy is one of the most advanced in the world. It has successfully transitioned from heavy industry to advanced services and generally acts as an engine for sustainable change in the international community. But that doesn't tell you anything about Orange. Yeah, can't you just talk like a normal person? About what? About Orange. Just tell me what it's like there. Oh, it's very urban and very well organized. Their streets are clean, the horse cars run on time, the people are polite and efficient. Like I said, they're an example for less emerged nations to follow. If he knows so much about Orange, maybe he already knows about Orange mercenaries. That's a good point I hadn't considered. That's interesting. Alright. So, we haven't even asked if he's witnessed the things yet. You know what, let's ask him about that. You actually witnessed the lynching. I'm sorry to say I did, officer. The man gives a solemn nod. He didn't see the hanging, he saw the little show staged by the Hardys. Let him talk, he may know more than even he knows. I can ask, is that because you did it? I'm so tempted and I'm going to. Is that because you did it, Mr. Vildrorin? Because I did it? The man scoffs. He's clearly not a man accustomed to being spoken to in that manner, let alone being accused of murder. And I'm not going to say that I have to. Don't jerk my chain, paper jockey. You did it, didn't you? What is the meaning of this? He looks first at you, then at Lieutenant. Is your colleague trying to arrest me? He sounds mocking, saying those words, arrest me. There is no meaning, sir. Please excuse my colleague. This case has been a great strain on his nerves. Back off now. This man has diplomatic immunity. Serves no good to accuse him of a crime he didn't commit. No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna back. Kim told me to back off. I listened to Kim. Kim's right. I'm sorry. I haven't been myself lately. Well, I can certainly understand that. The man loosens his tie knot and appears to relax slightly. That hanging was a surreal play. Everything since then has been too. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in carrying what looked like a body. Then I saw all surrounding windows go dead one by one. That's when I understood I should not be seeing this. Lieutenant nods to you. That lines up with previous testimony, doesn't it? Well done, detective. Thank you, sir. I think we've got the picture. Anything else stand out? Only that there were about 8 or 10. I couldn't quite make out anything. It was so dark, and that it was quiet, he says, smoothing his hair. Quietest lynching I ever heard of, let alone heard. But I suspect you knew that already. I can't say I'm surprised. The fine reputation of the men and women serving in the RCM is well deserved. What if I told you there's a fugitive from the Moreland Turn in Martinez? Hypothetically speaking, you might add. Hypothetically speaking. A fugitive, well, I would say that is very bad indeed, not super. What sort of fugitive are we talking about here? Pretty serious, like corporate espionage type stuff. That is extremely serious. Corporate espionage may technically be legal in Revachol, but everywhere else it's for a very high-level offense. It violates a number of international agreements, in particular the first La Charte Accord. The fugitive must be turned over to the ICP immediately. Have you apprehended them already? A moment, if you don't mind, sir. Lieutenant pulls you aside. You do realize what you're doing, don't you? He whispers to you, subtle voice. You're dooming the young woman in our hour of desperation. Oh shit, Claget could get in real trouble if I tell him about her, right? Huh? Very real trouble. I won't tell you how to do your job, but remember, this is an RCM matter. Make sure you weigh your next words carefully. He won't tell you to do your job, but a good police officer knows when to listen to his partner. Okay. I could pin it on someone else just for, you know, giggles. No. Well, we're still looking for the future. Actually, I meant it as a hypothetical. I don't actually know about any corporate espionage. Ah, that's right. You did say this was all a hypothetical scenario. Oh, for a moment I was concerned we had quite the situation on our hands. A bullet definitely dodged, sire. Now that it's settled, was there anything else you wanted to discuss? You'd like to discuss? The man who was lynched outside your window was from Orange. Did you know that? Oh, that's unusual. The Orange, these are not the type of people you'd associate with heinous crimes. It's such an upstanding and unresponsible country. That's not how I would describe this guy. Well, certainly one cannot rely on generalizations. That would go against our commitment to individual freedoms. And of course, any loss of life is a tragedy. The man seems to observe a moment of silence. So tell me, what have you learned about the victim? His name was Ellis Courtenaire. I'm going to see if he reacts. Ellis Courtenaire, that's an interesting name. His earning potential isn't really important. What matters is that he was a mercenary. A condottiere, the man says, as though describing a character from a fantasy novel. Yes, it's hard to believe they still exist. He was a poor foster kid before the Orange's government puts him in a military academy. The man nods. It's the responsibility of any good welfare state to take care of its most unfortunate citizens. They turned him into a psychopathic killing machine. They gave him a successful career. The man holds up a finger as though he's made a brilliant point. What else is your investigation uncovered? You like to get high and brag about the war crimes he committed? Extremely distasteful behavior. I cannot condone either drug use nor needless boasting. Suffice to say, this is not how we do things in Surletcliffe. Well, let's go for... I'm not going to say the second one, that's unnecessary. After he was discharged from the military, he joined a mercenary outfit named Krenel. That is extremely unfortunate. Yes, it's regrettable that this practice has a history in certain Occidental nations, even highly advanced members of EPIS. But rest assured, the RNG's government is committed to producing a timetable that would lay out a path to transition to a professional army, so there'll be no need for mercenaries like this poor man. What kind of timetable are we talking about here? Oh, it's hard to put an exact date on it. I believe the proposal for the timetable is due to be completed around 60 or 61. What, that's like a decade from now? Oh, I see. There's the kind of progress which can be made when the moral in turn makes possible. As a merc, he killed a lot of people on the Seminine Islands for the sake of the RNG's pharmaceutical industry. The man shakes his head solemnly. A great shame, yes, colonialism is a dark spectre in RNG's past. Why are you talking about the past? It's still going on. Which is why the work of the moral intern is so critical. It is our great bulwark against another century of bloodshed. Or I am going to say it was a motherfucker and a killer. Officer, you shouldn't speak ill of the dead. It's okay, he told me so. So you spoke with the victim before he died? No, this was after he died. The man gives Lieutenant a nervous look. Lieutenant raises his eyebrows as though he'd stopped paying attention. Your partner's doing you a favour by pretending not to have heard your insane ramblings. That's all. That's who he was. As I said, the loss of any life is terrible, no matter who the person may have been. I do hope you're able to bring his killer or killers to justice. We must show that the rule of law still applies, even in Revachol. Well, I got all I need. A moment, officer. Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have a chance to speak once you leave. Hold on, why can't we talk later? It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with a local militiaman. He pauses, and then pressed for time. After you leave, I should be leaving as well. That's not the real reason he's so apprehensive. Men in his position shouldn't be loitering around an underprivileged young men's apartment in the middle of the night. Fair enough. Good point. Thanks for the head up, but my work here is done. Of course, I'm glad I could help. We're done then. We can leave here. Interesting. So, what did we learn? We learned a little bit about the moral in turn, but otherwise nothing. It was basically background knowledge. Which kinda sucks, but you know what doesn't suck? Singing. It's time for karaoke. Is that not something like a sorrowful orchestra or something like that in Japanese? I'm sure that's what it means. It's something similar to that. Anyway. Ooh. Is that new music? No, we only got those 3. Did you hear those 3 piano notes? That's it. Doom, 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 doom. No more music. Okay. Fine. Whatever. Kim, you better not fall back here. I really hope we can do it. Kim, you better not go to bed. This is karaoke time. Said do it in the evening. This is the evening. If nothing else. It's perfect. It's perfect. Let's go. The stage is all set up for your performance. Feels silent. You can hear the pellets creak under your feet. You feel a little dizzy, a little unsteady, suddenly. So are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel. The hand conundrum, too close to the mic. No, I need to have more drama, unfortunately. So, well, fortunately. Let's start with the bow tie. It's a drama bow tie, you know? It'll help out a lot. We have other things that can give us drama. That gives us drama. That is so good. That completely makes it worth it going in there. Is for the extra drama. I'm just seeing if we have anything else that gives us drama. We only have drama +2 right now, which means we have a negative drama on. Oh, this. Oh, that gives us. That's a jacket. No. I'm looking for drama. Then I need to find a negative drama and put something else on, but that's fine. I barely, I don't really put drama on that too often, so. Oh, there's the drama tank top. Okay, we have something that lowers our drama still. I think. Yeah, the glasses. So we need new glasses on. Let's go for the oversized superstar sunglasses. +4 drama. I mean, what more could you want? Also, look at us. We look so good. You know what? Do we put this hat on to add to our look? Does the beanie look better? The beanie looks pretty good, but I mean, could we be more insensitive than that hat? That's pretty good. Right. What's our chance now? I want this to succeed. 83, not high enough. I'm going to put point up. I'm going to quick save. Actually, you know what? I'm going to real save. We're going all in on saving. Then, drama, level up. We're at 10 drama. It's the only stat we've got to 10. We're giving up interfacing to do this. We're giving up interfacing to do this. We have an interfacing 6 and we have a 6 interfacing check for the other place, but it only gets a 17 chance. Let's do it. Right. Let's go. 92%. Go. The air is thick with anticipation. Someone dims the lights as the music starts. Okay, here we go.
I would often go there, to the tiny church there. the smallest church in Saint-Saëns. Though it once was larger. How the realm may rest there. Down through the mist there. Toward the Seven Sisters. Toward those pale cliffs there. I would often stay there. In that tiny yard there. I have been so glad here. Looking forward to the past here. But now, you are all alone. None of this matters. No, none of this matters at all.
I was too early. A lazy applause fills the room. You feel your hand shake as awareness of your body returns to you. I would like to dedicate this song to Contact Mike. Everyone else sucks. The microphone amplifies your voice in an uncomfortable manner. Someone coughs. Most people have gone back to talking now. Good, good. The cafeteria manager intervenes to cut the moment short. Are we ready? I want to unplug the microphone now. Last words. Evening will come, we will sow the white sail. Workers of the world, unite! Alright, I feel a little silly now, but, you know. It was worth it. It was worth it. Right, what are we putting on as our top here? I have no idea. Like, we know that pain threshold becomes very important in the next area, so I guess we want to put on the pain threshold stuff. Where's our hat? There's our hat, there we go. Are sunglasses real cool? Do they give us visual calculus? No, so, like, get rid of them. Inland Empire is not that important. What else do we have for a bow tie? We've more Inland Empire. Does that lower our volition? No, it raises our volition. Well, volition's pretty important. Does shivers matter? It kind of matters. But I'm going to put that on instead. That's okay. I quite like being able to hear Kim's thoughts. We'll keep the rest of this on, I think. Yeah. Savoir faire and physical instrument there. That's okay. Right. So, I'm going to quick save. In theory, we can just walk along to the Fellow building now, right? We've done our karaoke. We know where the armor pieces are. We know where the badge is. We have no idea where Dolores Day is. I don't think that one's possible. Add more beauty to the world? Well, we can't do... Well, we could try it. Okay. Do you want to add more beauty to the world? It's worth a shot, isn't it? I mean, we might want to go to sleep here. I wonder what happens if you spend an extra day here. I'm going to assume absolutely nothing happens. But maybe I'm wrong. I want to see what our chances are of this. This is conceptualization stuff. It wasn't extremely high, but we could save scum it. Wait, was that not here? Wait, I'm sure this was here. Not this wall? Oh, has our chance been lost? Yeah, our chance has been lost, right? Because it was that wall. Alright, well, we can't do that. Because that's just not selectable. Or, we don't have to do it without Kim, I don't think, so. Because it was definitely an option previously. Wow, okay, well. Whatever. Wait, it wasn't an option with her, was it? She gave us the paint, didn't she? Let's check with Cindy. Let's see what she says.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Attempt to explain your artistic intentions. Ah, yes, that was it. Because you didn't give us the paint, so we can't do the wall. Well, let me try it, okay? This gives us 1 conceptualization. This gives us 2. Hello.
Hello again, officers.
8%. That's low. I can't. It's 8%. It's not going to succeed. I'm not going to save scum it until it succeeds. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to leave that bit alone for just now. Wait, what? Oh yeah, I'm wearing the right stuff. I thought I was wearing like a shirt there for a second. 8% is too low to save scum, in my view, anyway. That's for someone else to do. We can leave that. So now we are going to speak to Ruby again. However, the main difference between Ruby last time and Ruby this time is 1, we have any idea of preparation, and 2, well actually it's kind of tied into 1, is that we have this health. Like, we have 4 health. Last time, we not only didn't have enough health, but we had the drunk health that ran out halfway through the conversation. Which was really bad, obviously. Because when it ran out, it just screwed us. We were just done. There was nothing to do. Don't suppose there's someone in here now it's night, you know? It's the kind of thing where it might be. I don't know how much is different in the night time. I assume nothing. I do like that you could have effectively done this whole thing without Kim. I mean, I don't like that you could have done it without Kim, because Kim is, you know, he's pretty important. He's very important to me. But what I like is that Kim wasn't essential to like the game, as in you could just say, hey, I'm going to do this entire game at night while Kim's away. I suppose you would have had to have wasted a lot of time to do it without Kim, but the option was there. In theory. Oh, the guy and his, interesting. The guy and his son aren't there. Well, Special Consultant TH, whatever his full name is, Thomas Heidelstamm, isn't there? If that's his name, I want some credit for remembering it. Right. Let's go for... I could go for this, which is the bold move, is to have the sword still out there. I know that means I put away our ledger, which just gives us Inland Empire and empathy, but it lowered our authority. What's our authority like now? It's not negative. Cool. Right, let's head in. We already know what this place is like. We could run. I mean, I already ran the other way, but it feels better to walk, you know? Let's quick save here. Let's save here. There might be more I want to do outside. I don't think there is, but we'll save here because this is a good spot. There are points where I want a mini-map, but I also feel like a mini-map would ruin some of the game flavor, where you would play... Like, if you've got a map, you play to the map, if you know what I mean. Like, you check every corner that is on the map. Without it, you're kind of more encouraged to just walk off in a direction to see what's up, you know? What's over here? Did I never go over here? Oh, I must have gone over here after the save. That must have been it. Oh, yeah, and I said, oh yeah, we still get money, therefore the game's not over yet. And then I ran and completely ruined my walking. You know, I probably did that last time as well. No, don't run. Okay. Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. Yeah. So we've done this many times, actually.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse. Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
Yeah, the voice comes through the whirlwind. The pain is not malicious. She doesn't want to hurt you, but she has to. I still failed the pain threshold thing. Whether you cover your ears or don't, I believe it's a fail, so cover your ears. Yeah, okay. That's not going to help. What's happening to me?
I'm using a pale latitude compressor.
Yep.
You and your partner have been caught in its field.
Ulan frequencies.
Saw my equations?
Yeah.
You've been sniffing through my lorry, right?
Probably
I
checking
expected
Kim.
as much.
Look back at Kim. Right
The
behind
pale
you.
latitude compressor
Yeah.
signals are
We did all of this
At the
previously.
upper limit is the large prime number generator station.
What's the pale anyway?
It's
How'd you get
I
your
built it
hands on this
myself.
thing?
That's illegal.
Oh yeah, way beyond.
Will you stay like
No.
this forever?
Once I shut
Have you
down the
experienced it
compressor,
yourself?
yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on
Let's
you.
talk about the man who
Seemed
was
like the
killed.
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit.
She
You were
thinks of
hunting
you as
me,
hunters,
it
not
fell
cops,
into
and
my
herself
cup
merely as
instead.
prey.
That's
Right, can you
all
turn
there
it
is
down
to
so I
say
can
about
ask you
it. If you've got
something?
something really important to say,
Damn.
You can say it through
damn
the white
fine.
noise.
If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
Well, it doesn't feel much better, but you can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much either. Keep her talking. There's 3 meters between you and the machine. I can try and destroy the machine. How did you know we were coming? By hiding bullets under the floorboard. Yes, we did this. The washerwoman didn't rat you out. She says that's nice. You're desperate. Yeah, so we did all that before. Shoot Lely. Well, Claget shared her suspicions. Oh, I knew Kent had claws, but not like this. I'll say nothing. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me? Your first guess wasn't entirely off. The Titus did it. A dull despair is creeping into her voice. How the fuck did the rest of you get by? Well, you know, I'm a human can opener. That was it. Yeah, cool. Made her forgive them a little. I have some questions for you. Like what I already told you I didn't do it. Was Lily a likable person? We already did all of this. So you don't feel sympathy for mercs. Something more personal you had against him. We did all of this sort of stuff. So we already asked all these questions. He didn't hate him, okay? Do you have an alibi for when Lily was shot? With the boys all night. There were 10 minutes they couldn't account for. Length of a toilet break. No one takes a 15-minute leave. Look, fuck you, man. I might have stopped by the bar. She speaketh truth. Our investigations have shown that 15 minutes was just enough time to commit the murder. Wow, now I'm curious. Please explain. Play pinball much? No, not since I was 14. Okay, some of this we might not have heard. And hang out in the only diner in Dardan. Haven't been into a low-risk, no-reward game since moving to the city. Yeah, so I don't think we heard this line. I think we heard the previous 2 questions and then we died and I assumed it was some other reason. But then I worked out it was the drunk thing. Okay, so we'll go through this. Why? There are some mysterious pinball machines in some pretty mysterious rooms in the whirling. Yeah, and probably some ghosts from the time of the suzerain. I'm not really interested in supernatural mysteries. What kind of mysteries are you interested in? Not murder mysteries either, if that's what you're thinking. She looks her in the eye impassively, making it clear she's not planning to comment on the matter any further. That's a shame because I happen to be a paranatural detective. Cool, they sent a ghost cop after me. Congratulations. What about elevators? Do you like elevators? The fuck do elevators have to do with anything? Do you or don't you? Not particularly. Not even quaint, old, rickety ones? I'm not really into old shit for old shit's sake. God damn it, Lieutenant grabs his head. Look, there's a secret way from the ground floor of the whirling to the roof. Don't know it, but also, she frowned, studying her face. Evaluating your competence as a police officer. The shot couldn't have come from the roof, or we would have all heard it downstairs. She has a point there, no one mentioned. The pain stops him from finishing the sentence. That didn't go super well, you gotta lay something better on her. You have a gun. And... where did you get it? The gun store? What store? Trigger Happy Jacks? That doesn't sound like the name of a real store. What did you think? That I'm gonna squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry, I'm not that kind of gal. I can't quite tell. What kind of gun is it? A knacked way AC front loader, two-barreled. Not really what you were looking for, I'm guessing. I see it's a front loader. Do you have another gun somewhere? Sure don't. A breech loader? No. This is such a wipeout. There's other evidence I want to ask you about. Yeah, evidence. You like Claget a lot. Yeah, I consider her to be a good friend, yeah? But you wanted to be more than just friends. Oh, so that's where you were going with this. So you said you wanted to run away with her? That's a very sentimental way of putting it. We both had past we didn't want to catch up with us, and we enjoyed listening to music together. Why not go on a road trip? Lieutenant watches her expectantly, occasionally shaking from the pain. Okay, fine, she rolls her eyes. I was into her. Claget was into me too for a time. I know it. We even fooled around once. And yeah, after that maybe I thought we could make a go of it. Claget only said they maybe kissed. Someone is lying here. Claget said you only kissed. She rolls her eyes again. If that's what she wants in the record, so be it. I'm not about to go into details for you to jerk off to later. Seriously, just move on. Then what happened? She rejected me with some wishy-washy bullshit about how she was confused because she felt so close to me and valued my friendship so much, and how guilty she felt for leading me on. I knew that wasn't the whole story, but thought, fine, I'll take it and move on. No ill will there, it wasn't a problem for her. Claget says she got very angry when she started seeing Lely, threatened her. Yeah, one time when we both been drinking, I said some heated things about how dangerous her patterns with men were. I was a little worried she'd blow it out of proportion in her head. All the drugs she was doing really makes you feel like you're living in a DeLorean tragedy. And despite everything, you helped her by staging the lynching. Yeah, the girl seemed terrified. The merc was beyond caring what happened to his mortal coil. It was a no-brainer. Is peeping one of your hobbies? Wow, hissing pinball, now peeping. I'm just not following your insinuations, detective. There's a hole in Claget's wall is pretty suspicious. Look, I'm not aware of any hole in Claget's wall, and if I had been, I would have told her to get it sealed. That's what friends do. So you haven't been watching Claget through a hole in the wall. No, look, she has an effect on people, or had before you sent her off to your mole-in-turn meat grinder. It's impossible not to look at her when she walks into the room. It's very difficult to look away, but travel enough and you realise. For the same reason that she's everyone's type as an object of desire, she's not irreplaceable. Are you a girl like her? What the hell, man? She laughs. Yeah, why not? I've gotten worse. Her hand slipped from the dial of the compressor for a moment, almost turning it down. Then she put her hand back. Not yet, not yet. There are other things I ask about. Go ahead, it's your body. And mine too, he thinks, but keep on, this must be done. Do you like to hang out on rooftops? Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Claget's rooftop. Yeah, sure, I've hung out there. She's got this great antenna. What's so great about her antenna? Oh, it's very powerful. I used it to tune into RCM frequencies. That's how I knew to be prepared for your arrival. 851023933, come in. Is that the only reason you hung out on the roof? The view is pretty bomb too, but you might say the antenna was the main attraction there. Yeah, along with Claget. So you sure you didn't shoot the merc from the roof? Yeah, I'm sure. And anyway, as I said before, the shot would have to have come from afar. You're running drugs for the Union. I've been for your lorry. She shakes her head slowly. So, Heart of Gold Tommy fucked me over too. Never trust a musician. That really comes as a blow to her. No, he didn't. I found my own way in. Okay, great. You got into my lorry on your own. What now? You're going to arrest me for drug trafficking? A bitter smile. Beneath it, she's relieved Tommy didn't betray her. You had a financial incentive to kill the merc. Man, it's to get away from all this murder shit that I left Jamrock, my previous employer, for the Union. Lieutenant is unable to articulate his question. She deliberately avoided mentioning the name of the mob she worked for. You might be able to find this out later. She turns the knob down just a millimeter, then continues. I got lucky being a dispatcher, never had to do any of the really dirty stuff myself. This gun, she glances at it, has only been used in self-defense against serious scum. There, it's going to be easier to reach the machine now. I wish I had my gun right now. Not for a moment do I believe you came in here unarmed. He's not letting our guard down. Okay, let's take a step back. Yeah, where? More questions before doing anything. We have a huge chance of being able to do it. Tool equipped, that must be the sword, right? Who killed the merc if it wasn't you? How should I know? As I've been saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him. There hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio. Those rings around her eyes, her tired voice. She's been staying up late listening in on conversations crisscrossing Martinez. A police radio, you've been following the case? Who hasn't? She shrugs. You know, I can still see him there in Claget's room, lying on his side. He was still warm, but the bluish light coming through the broken window made him look as though he'd been dead for a good long while. What happened Sunday night? Tell me your version. She eyes you warily, as though gauging your sincerity. It's okay, we just want to... He struggles to finish the sentence. Alright, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over a few beers, like always. Then Claget comes in, all pale and shuddering. She sits down with the drink, trying to steady her nerves, so I grab a seat next to her. Claget said you knew something was wrong immediately? No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. Wouldn't be a first for her, but no such luck. She was in some deep shit. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead. I knew she couldn't get the authorities involved, so yeah. You made it look like he'd been hanged? Claget found it weird you came up with a plan so quickly. What? No. Faking a lynching was her idea. Her idea? Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got there. It was like she was another person. The party girl was gone. She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him up while I went to get the Hardy boys. Claget knew exactly what she was doing. You can't remain calm under pressure otherwise. Aha, so Claget was lying to us properly. Like, completely. So she lied to us about that too. Showerhead. Resource. That's bad that she'd be so calm. Yeah, I wasn't sure whether to admire her or be disturbed. Do you think she killed Lely herself? As I keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs. No gunshot, nothing. But even if this is true, Lieutenant forced himself to finish the sentence. Weren't you worried this lynching might lead to... war? She purses her lips. The thought crossed my mind, but the mercenary's death was always going to have repercussions either way, although the way things are going. She doesn't want to talk about this, but not because she has something to hide. She doesn't want the guilt. She shrugs. Fuck it, I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me. So if you didn't kill him, why hide? I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by a goddamn La Puta Madre agent. This is what she was scared to kill Titus. This cop. What do you mean, La Puta Madre agent? She looks at you quizzically. Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon, his human can opener. There we go. Survive. Through the sudden, sharp pain in your head, you hear the lieutenant mumble something to himself. Fucking hell, and why me? You hear through the white noise. It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded. Who's everyone? How do you know this? Everyone in Jamrock, the cops, the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up in here with a goddamn death ray waiting for you? If she knows about that, if she knows that about you, she must know your real name too. Tell me, what's my name? If you know that about me, you must know my name. Harry Dubois, she replies quickly. One corrupt motherfucker with the disco pants and the funny tie, agent to La Puta Madre. So she knows your name. That doesn't mean you're on the take. Criminals make up boogeymen stories about cops all the time. All this means that you're effective. Criminals know you and they're scared of you. La Puta Madre. I've heard of La Puta Madre. He's dangerous, right? Is that a joke or a threat? I'm guessing both. No, that was a real question. Actually, I'm just going to say I'm sorry. I know I'm supposed to know all about this, but I lost my memory recently. Yeah, sure. She doesn't believe you. I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will come to explain it to you soon enough. What did you do to this Madre anyway? You've been to my lorry. You think the biggest player in Jamrock appreciates competition? She pauses. And now I have Harry, can opener in my lair. Fucking Titus. She's not going to change her mind that easily. She still perceives you as a threat. But one thing, possibly small, and she said you rolled into town. Was that you singular or plural? She might know something. When I came into town, was there anyone with me? Yeah, you had your death squad with you. What happened to them anyway? Who was in this squad? Well, it wasn't this scrawny dude. She nods towards the lieutenant. You had 2 guys and a lady. The guys looked pretty buff. Lady wasn't bad either. Wait. Did we come into town with the mercenaries? No. I mean, it could be Thomas and it could be Jean. But it could also be the mercenaries. What else can you tell me? One of the guys seemed chipper, a blonde. Oh, never mind. The other had a brooding something or other about him, and the woman was the only one in uniform. All were carrying. She narrows her eyes. That sound about right? No idea who these people are, literally. Satellite Officer Vicomar looks out of the window grimly, then puts his coffee down and turns to Patrol Officer Minois. We can either take a room here at the Whirling or go home for today. Let's go home, Jean. Nothing's going to happen today, she responds quietly. John takes his blonde wig off. Call Heidelstamm. He can give us a ride. I think I know them. They're in Martinez. Zah, friction lock sets. Bzz, don't leave me here, please, Cecil. Fantastic. I've got to get on the road. Then you can go find your friends, unless you have anything pressing to ask me. Do you know about the bunker next door? What bunker? The communist bunker back there? I don't know anything about it. No one's been around since I've set up camp. I'm sure I'm not the first vagabond too. My voice trails off into white noise in your head. You feel it like an aneurysm approaching. Oh, heal. Il Rambo, starburst on sunshine, 24 degrees centigrade. Keep calm, breathe in. After the pain recedes, it's a little clearer. Let's go. Destroy the machine. It was a success. Hopefully she doesn't shoot us. Okay. And the noise will stop, which will help with my own head. Okay. You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but... You okay, Kim? Lieutenant hunches, recovering. Only good officer. Be careful. She looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles. Ah, fuck it. She puts the barrel of her gun into her mouth. Put the gun down. She's truly desperate. She thinks she has no other options. You need to give her options. What options? You know. Maybe I can still talk her out of it? This is how you talk her out of it. It's the only scenario in which he lives. Please, just walk away. Well, I want to capture her, but I also don't want her to die. So just walk away. She stares at you, frozen, the gun still in her mouth, her eyes filled with dark intensity. Then something shifts in her. Gratitude, doubt, she's still ready to go. Her neck and shoulders relax, her grip on the gun loosens. You don't have to do this, you're not cornered, I'm letting you go. Day of miracles, she says, pulling the gun out of her mouth, eyes still fixed on you. Then she turns her gaze to the tunnel behind you. I'll take it. She runs past you, then past the lieutenant, then disappears into the darkness of the tunnel. Good girl. The lieutenant is still unsteady on his feet. Are you sure? Oh, yeah, I'm sure. He has to catch his breath. I would have done the same had I not been incapacitated. I think she didn't do it. He looks around and points to the back of the cavern. Important, we should check it out. Okay, so... she is obviously still escaped. We may have made the... we made pretty much the same option there. But... can we make a better option on the bit upstairs? Right, so in the tent, we've already done all of this. So we'll look inside. We see the tent. We shine a flashlight on the books. We shift through the magazines, a notebook. Fine, we got Ruby's journal. Right, now we can read Ruby's journal. That's fine. So Ruby's journal, we read it. So we examine the cover. We get all the information from that. We unwind the strap. We study the handwriting. Flip through the pages. Logistics, diagrams, personal, far back the entries. How did Lily die? Anything about La Puta Madre? Oh, this is new. The name isn't mentioned as far as you can tell. Small wonder, would you talk about La Puta Madre in your journal? You do say an M though. La Puta Madre, M is mentioned on March the 9th and March the 15th. March 9th first? Great. M's peon is coming to town, no doubt to investigate the lynching, but also, I feel it in my gut, to finally put a bullet in my head. While I'm napping on my lorry on a smoke break, well, I won't stick around just to twist my own neck by constantly looking over my shoulder. Then again, isn't that what I've been doing ever since I got the call? The call? Did M call her personally? Why? Were you supposed to find her, even apart from the investigation then, on M's request? No, you wouldn't do something like this. This must be a mistake. Am I sure this is a mistake? Look at me. Whatever you look like, you don't feel like a hired assassin. Let's read March the 12th. Been holed up here for 3 days now, and being used to being alone and all, but I don't know when I'm going to be able to leave her, if I'll be ratted out. They will rat me out, of course. I've made it a point to believe the best in people, the boys for example, but experience tells me... Did M truly feel betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened. He'd have to know that he threatened people. They take measures to protect themselves. Even I know that. Economic measures first of all. Gotta make a living, right? I can still hear his voice in the receiver. Taste the plastic. It ends abruptly. And then we'll read the most recent entry, which we've already done for. Right. Staging a lynching is still a crime. Looks like she might have been framed. That would be a first or fourth, but who's counting, he thinks. Very rarely does anyone actually get framed. Kim, am I really a La Puta Madre agent? He looks you straight in the eye for a moment, then sighs. No, I don't think you are. Ask someone in your precinct if you want to be sure. He truly does not believe you are. Perhaps he shouldn't be so trusting. His trust is well placed. You aren't. You can feel it. Maybe it's good we didn't catch her. Right, who do you think killed the merc? Leger was the one who pointed the finger at Ruby. Perhaps she was trying to steer us away from herself, or... But no one heard the shot. Maybe she had an accomplice. We should go back to the whirling. Right, we have questions at the whirling and rags. Right. Cool. Do we still have... I just want to check. Do we still have that... We still have the godly logic check. Okay. I want to do that logic check, and I think we'll do it this episode, so that next episode we start with the shooting. Right? Because the shooting only happens once we leave here, right? So there could be something cool here. Like the shooting leaves once we go back to town. Back to the square. I think. Maybe? So we still have time? Yeah, we still have time, I think. I mean, it's past midnight, so we don't really have that much time, but you know what I'm meaning. We have some time to go back to the square. And this time we get to do it in the dark. I wonder if that has any consequences. I mean, apart from it being a bit more brutal, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, so I'm going to do this logic thing. We're going to succeed. So, put on everything that's logic related. I don't know if we need the torch. This is fine. The logic glasses. We have the logic helmet. It's +3 logic. Do we have any other logic? The other logic is a helmet, of course. I don't think we have any other logic, but I want to double check so that we're sure. We got every single piece of logic out of this, you know? Yeah, so we got all the logic we can get. Let's have a look.
Yes, what is it?
It's locked. Oh. Oh, I need to put another point to logic. That's why I wanted to do it now. Yes, of course. Cool.
Yes, what is it?
Still 3%? Really? Wait, it's still 3%? Because we know nothing about the pail. But how do we find out about the pail without... How do you find out about the pail without having... got here. That's what I don't understand. I must have missed something earlier. Like, there must have been a way to find out about the pail. That sucks. Especially that we're one off it. Okay, the only other thing we could do is take it back and put a point in interfacing for the interfacing check, which would give us 7 interfacing, which would give us a 17% chance on that check. Yeah, I don't feel it, unfortunately. Also, we could have increased our intellect base for all of these. We could have just increased the base, and that would have given us more. That would give us a bonus across the board. I should have been doing that all along. I should be increasing the base, I think, as you still have the base added into the skill. So I shouldn't have been learning the skill directly. I should have been learning the base. Oh, but the base didn't reset it or something. I can't remember. Anyway, yeah. I mean, we might as well try, right?
Yes, what is it?
Yeah. Nothing. Because we know nothing about the pail. Interesting. I wonder how you unlock that. Give me a second. I'm going to look that up and then I'm going to end the episode. Cool. Okay, so apparently found out about it from the Wild Pines rep, but we didn't find out about it from the Wild Pines rep because we lost a white check somewhere along the way. Which is, you know, a little annoying, but there you go. So next time is going to be the final episode of Disco Elysium. It's shocking, but there's still more we didn't get in the game. We still haven't done that check. That's crazy to me that there's still stuff left in the game that we haven't, like, there's still, like, large amounts of the game we haven't explored because it just didn't come up with for us. Like, we didn't have the checks at the right time, we didn't do every single thing. That is awesome that there's still so much of the game to explore in something that is relatively linear, actually, looking at it now. But it's linear and not linear, as in the story itself is linear, but the things you learn along the way is, like, they're not linear and are locked off from each other based upon where you're going to put your points and what checks you take and which checks you don't. That's neat. Anyway, I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.